I, 19F, told him, 22M, I wanted to go on a date to Chuck E. Cheese and he stopped responding. He asked me on a date 3 times. And the first 2 times I said no. Then yesterday he asked again and I agreed to it. He asked me where I wanted to go and I said Chuck E. Cheese. I was being serious lol. He didn't respond, just left me on read. Should I double text or just assume he's no longer interested? Lol. He might think you were being sarcastic and toying with him. Might be worth it to clarify. But tough to say. You said no twice and asked to go on a date with a 22-year-old man to Chuck E. Cheese. He might have thought you were having fun at his expense and you weren't actually interested in going out with him. Just text him and tell him you do want to go on a date and you were serious. Have your dad take you to Chuck E. Cheese. I'd assume you were messing with me and ignore you too lol. If that's not the case, that's a terrible place for a date and I'd probably pass. I'm older, so my perspective is probably worthless. But isn't Chuck E. Cheese filled with kids and very loud? That doesn't sound very pleasant for a first date. After asking you 3 times. And this was your yes decision. I would probably have walked away as well. Who wants a bunch of screaming kids around when you're trying to get to know someone? Not good. But he should have just told you he was no longer interested. Should have said Dave and Buster's lol. You probably should have eased into that on a later date. I don't know one adult who likes Chuck E. Cheese. It's barely tolerable when you have to take children there. Look at it from his point of view. There are 3 possibilities. 1. You mean what you say. And what you say is that you're an adult who genuinely thinks Chuck E. Cheese is a good venue for a date. Point 2. This is your way of telling him that you're actually underage. And he's withdrawing in horror and fear. Point 3. This is your way of saying no. But with an extra step of cruelly inviting him to go to Chuck E. Cheese and wait there until he figures out he's being stood up. With the further implication that he belongs among the children there. You've lost this guy. But you turned him down twice. So you're probably not too upset about it. I'm kind of middle-aged. So maybe I'm not the best judge here. But if I asked someone on a date and they said, sure, but I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, I'd assume they were being sarcastic and it was essentially a rejection. But why? That place is hell on earth. That's because Chuck E. Cheese is for children. No self-respecting adult would want to go there for a date. Info. I'm so curious to know. Why Chuck E. Cheese? I wouldn't think a 19-year-old would be interested in that place. And I'm curious to know why. Dude, I swear if a girl ever respond like that I would ghost her too lol. But I would double check, he could have gotten the wrong idea. Next time just say Dave and Buster's by the way lol. You totally scared him away. Rightly so. Chuck E. Cheese, WTF. He probably didn't think you actually wanted to go to a place with bad pizza and screaming children for a first date and took it as rejection number 3 lol. You can double text him to clarify. Maybe he realized the age gap does matter lol. 1. That sounds like a terrible date too. It sounds like you actually aren't interested in dating him and only want to have a good time on his dime. 3. Those places are nasty. Little kids screaming, terrible food, broken arcade games. That's a nope. 4. You already rejected him twice. So it kinda comes off as you not being interested in getting to know him. First dates with tons of distractions suck. I'm not saying that's the case. But that's what it sounds like from the outside. It comes off like you're just messing him around. He either thinks you're messing with him and that you don't really want to go out, or he thinks the request shows that you're immature and is no longer interested.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.